Hey there, CGMS students. Welcome to classwork homework 7.10 area and circumference review. So questions like 1 through 4, you can expect this to pop up on your test. Basically on your test I'll ask you to find me both the area and perimeter of these shapes. Here it's only asking for you to find the area. So we always start off by doing the following thing. That's identifying the shape and then writing down the area formula that correlates with the shape, right? If you don't give me any answer on your test, if you're like, I just don't understand it, but you at least say this is what the shape is and this is what the formula is for that shape, I can at least give you partial credit. Okay? Once we've identified the shape, then we just go ahead and start plugging in the numbers. So our rectangle, that's our base times our height, 11 times 7.6. For our triangle, that's our base times our height divided by 2. So 12 times 4 divided by 2. The divided by 2 is important. The 9.8, we don't need that. If I was asking you to find perimeter, then that would be valuable, but then I'd also have to give you the measurement of this side over there. Number 3, that's the trapezoid. So our base 1, our base 2, times our height, all divided by 2. The parentheses here matter. You could plug this all into your calculator exactly how it is, but if you do it without parentheses, you'll get the wrong answer. And then for our circle, right, pi r squared. Pi is 3.14. Our radius is 3.5, so I wrote that as 3.5 squared. Okay. Finally, you just do the math. So in number 1, 11 times 7.6, 83.6 centimeters squared, right? And number 2, 12 times 4 divided by 2, 24 feet squared. And number 3, 3 plus 6 in parentheses first, times 5, then divided by 2, 47.5 centimeters squared. And in number 4, 3.14 times 3.5 squared, 38.465 inches squared. Do me a favor. Write your answers on these lines right here so it'd be easy for me to check. So on your test, I would essentially be asking you to do this. I'd also probably ask you to find me the perimeter of these shapes, and I'd give you dimensions on the outside so that you could do that. But basically, if you know how to do this, boom, you got the first part of your test 100, right? If you don't know how to do it, I'd pause the video right now and either rewind and rewatch or like stop and ask me a question on how to do this, okay? If we scoot on down, problems 5 and 6, you have done these problems before. Take a look at homework 7.7. Problems at the very bottom on the front and very back, right? So number 5, a standard size volleyball court has an area of 1,800 square feet. As soon as you see square feet, you know you are working with area, right? The length of the court is 60 feet. What is the width of the court? So nothing about these problems change. We still identify the shape, write down the formula, and plug in the numbers. The only difference is now, this time they're saying, hey, the area is 1,800 square feet, and the length of the court is 60 feet. Remember, A equals BH is the same thing as A equals length times width. So if you're worried about, well, it says length, it doesn't say base or height. It's the same exact thing. So we know our area, so we plug in for A. So that's 1,800. We know our length, or our base, so that's 60. And now we just need to solve for H. This is a one-step equation. 60 times some number gives me 1,800. I see multiplication, therefore I divide. So the height, or the width, of my rectangle is equal to 30. And that's just regular feet. Why? Because if I draw this picture here, 30 feet just represents that missing dimension, right? 30 times 60 should give me 1,800 square feet inside of that rectangle, right? Number 6, you've seen this problem before. Again, homework 7.7, this exact same problem. Hint, hint, probably a problem that's going to be on your test, right? So we start by identifying the shape and the formula, which if we're talking about distance and how far something travels, that's circumference, because we're just basically saying how far can I unroll this circle. So that's circumference. And now we plug in. Well, I got a radius of 6, so my diameter is therefore 12. So C is equal to 3.14 times 12. So the circumference of my circle is equal to 37.68 feet. But I'm not done. This is one of those problems where they say, wait a second, hopefully you're done. No, read the problem carefully, right? It says that he goes around 4 times. Unrolling the circle 1 time, that's a distance of 37.68 feet. But to go around 4 times, that's this times 4. So this is one of those problems where you have to do a little extra. And it gives you the answer of 150 0.72 feet. All right, take a look at 7 and 8. Again, you have done these problems before. This is that composite figure where you have two shapes and you always add those to find the total area. Again, it says square foot, so that's where you know you're dealing with area. So when you divide up your shapes, you got a rectangle and a rectangle. Cool, you identify the shape. Write the area formula. Now plug in. So number 7, 35 by 25 for that first rectangle. In the second rectangle, 25 on top. So it's got to be 25 on its base by 8 feet tall. 25 by 8. Do the math. We got the area of each shape. Now simply add them together. That's the last step in a composite figure. So your answer, 1,075 feet squared. Number 8. If Mr. Richardson would like to buy a planter surrounded by a brick path, how many square feet of brick does he need? Again, square foot lets you know, hey, you're working with area. This is one of those shaded region problems, right? Where it's shaded region, we need to subtract, not add. So I got two shapes, a rectangle on the outside that's shaded, a rectangle on the inside that's blank. So area for a rectangle, A equals BH, A equals BH. Now, plug in. Outside rectangle is 24 by 12. Inside rectangle is 20 by 8. Do the math. 288 feet for the entire outside rectangle, including the space inside if we didn't have that inside shape, and 160 for the inside shape. Okay, now if I just want the shaded region, pull out or take out that middle shape. That's subtraction. 288 minus 160 gives us your answer of 128 feet squared. Okay, if you make your way to the back, I'm going to allow you to do these. Again, section 2 for your homework 7.7. If you don't have access to your graded work binder, that's okay. This stuff is on Canvas to help you. In 9 and 10, like you've done 10 before. It's a composite figure again. Think about what two shapes are involved there. And number 9, get a little creative. If this is 12 and it's divided up into 3 even parts, then these squares should be what by what? Well, 12 divided by 3 is every square here is a 3 by 3 square. And that should help you solve for the only squares that are shaded. That's it. Call me if you have questions. Get ready for that test on Thursday.